Hey guys, decided to film this quick get ready with me video. I have to run some errands, and since I'm using a couple of new products, one of them being the Urban Decay Moon Dust single shadow. It's a sparkly eyeshadow. It's in the shade Solstice. This is not new, but this went on sale a little while back, and I've really been wanting to try a shifty sparkly shade like this for some time. It kind of reminds me of MAC Starry Night, but I think like the lighter version of that. At least that's what it appears to be, because obviously this is my first time wearing this with you guys. And I also wanted to use the new Western Atelier bronzing drops because one of you, I think, wanted to see this used as like bronzer with foundation. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start off with the Western Atelier foundation stick, and this is in Atelier 2. And we're just going to apply this all over the face. This foundation is not my favorite. I find it to be not necessarily, well, yes, it's too dewy for me, especially when it's not technically considered a dewy foundation. For example, like the complexion drops. However, the main reason I don't jive with this and I won't be repurchasing it is because this creases on me in really bad, like not in a good way. The complexion drops, although they're much more emollient and they do provide you with the same amount of coverage, they don't crease in that way. So I will get very minimal creasing around like my smile lines, but you have to be very, very up close to my face to even notice that. With this foundation that I'm applying, you can tell. You can see it. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And so for that reason, I won't be repurchasing. I much prefer my Merit foundation. And while we're on the subject, besides bringing you along to do a get ready with me, I did want to invite you to grab your coffees. I also have water, okay, because I don't know why, but I've been so thirsty. I've been so thirsty, and I'm almost trying to think what it was that I ate that could have caused such thirst. I haven't been able to put my finger on it, but you're gonna probably see a lot of little takes because I have to stop and drink water. Anywho, I wanted to take the opportunity while I was getting ready to also give you my thoughts on the Western Atelier brow pencil. This is now the second pencil that I use. So this video will be kind of like a get ready with me / a little mini review on, a couple of the Western Atelier products. I thought that would be a little bit more fun and entertaining, kind of killing several birds with one stone. We're going in with the bronzing drops. I'm in the shade Soleil Parfait 1, and this is a perfect shade for me. I feel like 2 would be just too much, even if I was darker. Even if I had kind of like my summer tan, I feel like 2 would be a little too strong for me. I'm just gonna apply, one like regular drop, not a lot, because I am not using this all over my face. I'm kind of just using this the way that I would use bronzer. And I'm using the Western Atelier Travel blender brush, and we're just gonna do some stippling motions. Get the product everywhere I want it. This is a wonderful product. It's not gonna move your foundation underneath. I find this kind of shade to be very natural. And what I mean is, when I've worn this, I don't feel like I am wearing bronzer, if that makes sense. I don't feel like I can detect where it is on my skin at all. That's how natural it looks. And the undertone is so perfect that I can forego blush if I wanted to. I'm okay with the slight tackiness that this leaves on the skin. I'm all right with that. The finish looks like a very soft, matte situation. But as you can see, I've applied that to my face and it has not moved my foundation. It has not lifted my foundation. It is not patchy. I've been able to blend it out really well. And I have to say, I have been very pleased with this product since I've received it. I know it says it has a 6-month shelf life, but I hope that that's a lie. Because no, I just can't see who would use this entire bottle in 6 months. Like, unless you're using it on your body, you know, like maybe your décolleté. I don't know. We're gonna go in with some of her blush in Bichette. And I'm gonna apply Bichette on my lips. I often use her Baby Cheeks blushes as lipstick as well. I want to do a slightly monochromatic situation here. Going in with an IT Cosmetics foundation brush, and we're just going to pat this out. I got so many comments from you guys saying that you actually love this color on me, and I just decided to use it again in this video. Like a lot. I got a lot of messages saying, I don't know what you're talking about. I love Bichette on you. And I just personally feel like this blush is a little too bright for my skin tone. I feel like it really accentuates how pale I am right now. I'm bringing a little bit of that up into my temples. I like bringing it over the bridge of my nose. But yes, for some reason, I feel like this really just brings out my paleness. But a lot of you, I mean, clearly I'm in the minority, because a lot of you were like, no, we love that color on you. Okay, well, I'm gonna use it in this video. Next up, I'm going in with the Westman Atelier lipstick in the color Brulee, which I think pairs perfectly with this blush. Just gonna tap that out with my finger. I'm gonna go back with the same foundation brush that I used kind of just to blend out the edges of this blush. Again, I just feel like it's so bright. But I trust you guys. I trust you guys. And if you guys say that it looks good and this is all in my head, then I will believe you. Next, we're gonna go in with the Merit Solo Shadow in the color Studio. I wanted something very neutral, very pale. I wanna try this shadow layering it over an eyeshadow, and then I also wanna try it by itself. So we're gonna do two different eyes, and just like that, I'm gonna have to redo my makeup before I go do my errands. Just like that, because we're not about to sit down and do this video and just apply this by itself. We're gonna need to see it both ways. See? That's the YouTuber in me. All right, let's go in with Studio on one eye. And I'm just gonna apply this with my finger. Just gonna tap that on. Very, very light layer. And for reference, my foundation shade in the Merit foundation is Ecru. If that's your foundation shade, according to the Merit website, Studio would be your perfect nude shade. And it is, honestly. When I wear this, you can't really tell I'm wearing eyeshadow. Okay, next let's go in with a little bit of this Solstice shade. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my BK Beauty 203 brush, and I'm just gonna ever so slightly dip into this shade. And of course, I'm gonna swatch it for you in a second. And I'm just gonna swipe that over the lid. Okay, less pigmented than I thought. Let me go in with the brush Less Afraid this time. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, I like that. I like that I don't have to be super careful with the eyeshadow because I'm usually always in a hurry when I'm doing my makeup, and I cannot have makeup that I have to be careful with. That's just a hot mess for me. So this is what it looks like with using it with some kind of eyeshadow base underneath. Let's try it on its own on the other eye. The peppermint and gingerbread flavored Nespresso coffee pods are so good, and it makes me so upset that they're seasonal. I wish I could drink it all year round. This year I went ahead and I purchased enough sleeves to last me at least till summer. And leave me a comment down below if you guys think this looks better on its own or with the base underneath. So here we have, this one has the eyeshadow, just the base underneath. This is on its own by itself. Let me put on some eyeliner. I'm gonna be using the Westman Atelier eyeliner in brown. And I don't wear a lot of eyeliner. I really kind of just outline the outer corner just to give my eyes the slightest dimension. By the way, the Westman Atelier eyeliner is absolutely amazing. It is so easy to use, super pigmented, lasts forever. Okay, I've had this for definitely over a year. It's still going strong, and you can see how much I've used it. The brown undertone in this is perfection. As I'm talking about it, let me swatch on the back of my hand. It's not so deep that it looks like black, and I can't stand that. I can't stand when companies tell you that they've come out with a brown eyeliner, but it's so deep that you almost can't tell the difference whether it's black or brown. This is a true brown color. It is absolutely fabulous. I will definitely be repurchasing another one of these when I run out. If you have not tried her eyeliners, highly, highly recommend. Next, we're gonna go in with the brow stick, brow pencil. This is in the color Clay. Okay, this is my second tube, okay? So I have been using this long enough to tell you my thoughts. You guys know I do not like sitting here unless I've thoroughly tested a product before I give my thoughts, especially because I do not like giving negative reviews on products. I've talked about this before, actually briefly in another video. It's not that I'm afraid, but look, like case in point, you guys just saw, just lost an eyebrow hair. I don't like giving negative reviews about products. I prefer just not to talk about them or not recommend them, right? Because if I don't recommend something, obviously I probably don't like it. And if I haven't used something, I usually will let you guys know I haven't used that product, I'm not familiar with it. But the reason why I don't typically like giving bad reviews is because companies, especially, you know, artists and stuff like that, they put a lot of work into creating each product, and there's a lot of people involved that work really hard to create something, and I just feel terrible taking like poo-pooing on their, you know, creation, you know what I mean? I'm not a makeup artist, and I am not somebody who can even begin to understand how hard it is to create anything in the beauty industry. But I do know that in general, it is hard to create any product. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of testing and using and all the things. And also, just because something didn't work for me doesn't necessarily mean it's not gonna work for you. Hence why we're gonna be talking about this. So I have very thick, very long eyebrow hairs. I technically don't need to use a brow pencil at all, okay? But I do like to use them to give my eyes just this portion a little bit of life, right? Because when I apply my foundation, I'm not like necessarily avoiding my eyebrow area. I just swish it on. And so sometimes my eyebrows need a little pick-me-up, right? And for years, I only ever used brow gel, you know? But I have come to like brow pencils because you can do a little bit of more detail work, fill in a couple little maybe bald spots that you may get, you know, with time. But this literally plucks out my eyebrow hairs. And like I said, this is my second tube. The first time I got it, I just thought I probably got an expired one because this is a clean beauty brand. They don't have a very long shelf life. I probably got one that had been sitting on the shelf for too long. And this has a 12-month shelf life, which I think is more than enough time for you to use up a brow pencil, right? Especially even if you're just using it the way that I'm using it, okay? I definitely use this up way before the 12-month period. But I got a second one, and the second one was just as dry. It, again, plucks out my eyebrow hairs every time. Every time. Every time. And I know, just like your lashes, your eyebrows go through like a shedding period. It doesn't matter. Every time it plucks out my hairs. And this brow pencil is a beautiful size, not too small, not too big, slanted. And I'm, again, gonna swatch it next to the eyeliner here so you guys can see the color difference. And because it's waxy, it provides you with a little bit of hold, right? So if you wanna forego eyebrow gel, you can. I personally cannot because, again, I have very thick, long eyebrow hairs. So I need more hold than this, but that's not why I don't like this product. I don't like it because it's dry. It is a waxy pencil, which is supposed to give you some hold, and it does do that, but it's so dry that when I glide it over my eyebrows, it plucks out my hair. And I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen with brow pencils. With that said, what I did notice is that when I would use my complexion drops, again, not careful, just applying that sucker all over my face. So of course I'm gonna get some on my eyebrows. It's inevitable if you apply your foundation like me, like a savage. Because my skin is very emollient, very dewy due to the nature of the complexion drops, I found that this glided on so much better, and it didn't pluck out as many eyebrow hairs, but it still happened, okay? So what I'm thinking is, this product is a little bit more geared to A, those of you who have sparse brows, B, those of you who use very dewy skincare and very dewy foundation. Because when your skin is very emollient and very dewy in that way, this pencil actually works really well. And I have heard a fair number of people who say that they like this product, but they have thin, sparse eyebrow hairs. So I've never heard them say that they experience any kind of shedding or that this plucks out their eyebrows, because I'm pretty much sure that if that were to happen, they would definitely not like this product. So I think that if you have very little eyebrow hairs, or they're thin eyebrow hairs, and you use very emollient products on your skin, you're probably gonna like this. But this product did not work for me, and I have been now using it for about a year and a half. Because again, this is my second tube. I was fully convinced I got an expired one the first time, but no, this one is exactly the same. And for that reason, I will not be repurchasing this. I really like the Merit one because it's so thin, but it's very creamy, regardless of whether I use a matte foundation or I use an emollient foundation. It does a very good job at doing the same thing that this does, because it's very pigmented and I don't need a lot of it. And the spoolie on the end is just as good as the Westman one. It's much thinner, but it's very firm, so it works just as good. If you want something a little bit thicker than the Merit one, something a little bit more, something a bit similar to this shape and thickness, I would recommend the Kosas brow pencil. I have used that one before and absolutely love it. I think they have a lovely shade range, and the packaging is very sturdy and also very fun. So I have used several of the Kosas brow pencils and I absolutely love them. So those are that's my 2 cents on the brow pencil. I'm gonna go in with the Merit brow gel, and I use the color light brown. For me, I always go down a shade from my actual hair color, because I find that when I go very true to my dark, deep brown hair, it actually makes my brows look way too prominent. They literally jump out at you. That's not the vibe I'm going for. Next, I'm gonna apply some of this Victoria Beckham mascara. This is the Future Lash. It says it has a 6-month shelf life. I've had this. I've had this for, I think 2 years. Probably because I never opened it. I just opened it now. Maybe that's why it's still going strong. This is a tubing mascara. Had I known that before purchasing, I probably wouldn't have bought it. I don't like tubing mascaras. The only tubing mascara I wear, again, and it had to be told to me that it was a tubing mascara, because I had been using it for the longest time. I had no idea it was a tubing mascara, was the Merit mascara. That's the only tubing mascara I wear, and you guys know that that's my holy grail mascara. Why do I love it so much? Because it doesn't act like a tubing mascara. It's super easy to take off. It gives you wispy lashes, and it doesn't leave flakes all over your sink or your face or anywhere, which is what I think we all hate about tubing mascaras. This Victoria Beckham one, and again, this is not a review, I'm just telling you what my overall thoughts is on this. It's a good mascara if you're looking for something that's really gonna lengthen your lashes, because it will lengthen your lashes, as you can see. However, it very much acts like a typical tubing mascara, and if you're like me and you don't like all the things I've just talked about, all the negative things I've just said about tubing mascara, then this is not gonna be for you. However, I'm gonna say one thing, because I think that's what makes this mascara stand out from any other mascara out on the market, and I know that's a big statement to make, is the wand on this is so thin that it is perfect for those of you who have very short eyelashes, which is not my case, which is why it makes it difficult for me to use this wand. It's because I have long lashes, and this is not the wand that I use. This is actually causes me more work to apply than a much thicker, fluffier wand. But those of you who have very short lashes, you guys are gonna love this wand. My mother-in-law is one of those people. She has small eyes and her lashes are very short, and Bare Minerals used to make a mascara that had a thin short wand for specifically for people who had very short lashes. They don't make it anymore. It used to come in like this silver pink ombre kind of tube, and they don't make it anymore. And I used to buy that one for my mother-in-law, and that's what she used to use. They stopped making it, and of course most mascara wands have a very big dome, even when they're curved. It's very hard to find something as thin as this. I'm not even sure if the camera is gonna pick it up, but look how thin that is. The mascara is great, it doesn't budge or anything, but I just think that if you struggle with wearing mascara and you have small eyes or you have very short lashes, run, do not walk. I know that it's pricey, but man, I haven't seen a mascara with a wand like this in a very, very long time. It's a glass bottle, by the way, very bougie, very luxe. Again, great mascara. It's just not gonna be a repurchase for me because, again, it acts very much like a tubing mascara. That's not my jam, not my jam. Let's take a coffee break. By the way, how rude of me. I didn't even swatch the Merit shadow that I used in studio. Here it is. And really quick, let's go ahead and get into some swatches with the Urban Decay eyeshadow. So I like, look at that shift. Isn't that lovely? So I like MAC Starry Night. The problem is that it has such a dark, deep red purple base that I can't use it as a one and done. It's a little too dramatic for that. So here we have Solstice by Urban Decay. And I love that it has that beautiful shift. Again, it's just a lighter version of MAC Starry Night, which I don't have. By the way, here is a finger swatch for those of you who prefer this kind of swatch. And then I kind of wanna spread it out here so you guys can see. You can do a very light layer of that and build it up, you know, as much as you want. I love that. So that completes this little quick get ready with me mini reviews. I'm super excited to show you guys the new glitter Fenty gloss bombs. So you're gonna be seeing shorts on those very, very soon because they have a color called Icy Amethyst. It's our Lilac Dreams. Here's a quick close-up of the eye look. Let me know, do you guys prefer it by itself or with the base, or does it not make a difference? Let me know. But I really do love this color. I think it's very pretty. And I think it goes really nicely with Bichette, which is why I wanted to use it with this particular blush shade. All right, you guys, that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys next time. Bye.